Hey everybody, it's Dan, your friendly fishmonger at dansfish.com. It is 9:46 p.m. on Memorial Day, and we just got some fish in from the airport, so we're going to go unbox them. There's one supplier that's new to us. We're testing them out. So there's one supplier we've used a lot of times. I'm sure their stuff will be good. But there's a little risk here, because we're going to show you on camera a test of a new supplier. So we'll see how it goes. Come on out. So for us, this is going to be pretty quick. This is only 8 boxes. We're going to just quickly open all the boxes, take a look and triage. So what we're looking for is any boxes that are, or any fish that are in bad shape. And those we let out right away. The rest we wait until anyone in bad shape's been taken care of, and then we'll do the rest. Pack's 91, so it's still firing. But hey, this is perfect. 75 degrees, folks. These are pygmy gouramis. The reason I use this company is look at the size of this bag. There's a lot of oxygen in here. This is a lot of water. This is, I don't know, 3/4 of a gallon of water. And there's very few fish in there as far as biomass goes. Okay, let's see. Oh, I think this is them, even though the newspaper's not Spanish. Yeah, it is. Okay. Their box came in at 75 degrees as well. And these are giant autos. And they look good. They did a light pack like we requested. Look at that. That's great. Zebra autos. There's a little poop in the bag, so they've been eating and their bellies look good. Looks like there's a couple down though, so we'll get these out quicker. More zebras. I mean, for autos, that water's pretty clear. The pack is nice and light, so I'm happy. More giants. Everyone looks great. All the giants. I'm just curious what the temperature is in the bottom. 74. So, pretty good. More zebras. Just the bellies. Not sunken in or anything. The eyes look clear. Now, the real test, though, is in 2 weeks. Are they still doing? That's the real test. How do they do during quarantine? There are times, usually everything goes really well. Really, really well. Our survival rate is way up in the 90s for newly imported fish. But there are times when things look great, and then a few days later, it's like, what is going on? So that's why we quarantine. Oh, good. These are regular autos, and look how well they did. Now, this is the one fish that I have used this supplier for fairly regular. Pencils, either the purples or the red corals. I'll sort later. Right now, we're just triaging. Those look great. Oh, wow. Okay. Look at this. I don't know what this is, but they cared enough about it to individually bag every one. Oh, the killifish. Look at these. These are some kind of killifish. They never have them listed correctly. But whenever I see killifish, I try. And look, we got a male and we got a female. Already off to a good start. I'm pretty sure these are probably going to be all the same.
I hope so.
Yeah, I sure hope so too. Oh, they look great.
Oh, they're great.
Those look so good. Finally. Usually with killifish, you have to work with a supplier that's shipping wild killifish over time to get them to the point where they can get them to us in this good of shape. So this is awesome. This is my first time ordering killifish from this supplier. And they got them to us. They individually bagged them. They got them to us in good shape. Look at that. Ooh, look at that. That is teeny. That's a Rivulus for sure. Oh, Johnny, this is exciting. Oh. For those that don't know, I'm a killifish freak. They're my favorite group of fish of all time. I've been raising them since, like, summer before junior high. I don't know if they're going to show up on camera, but these are little Rivulus of some type. I'll have to ID them. I'll have to search and talk to some killie experts, because the exporters never have them ID print.
They didn't label the pencils.
They didn't label the pencils, so we're going to have to. So the red corals and the purples look almost identical when they're in the bags. When they're in the stress colors, it's really hard to tell them apart. So every time How hard is it though to put a label on a bag? Look. That's how we ship our fish to our customers. Little baggie, labeled. Another baggie, another label. That is not confusing at all. These are either CW123s, right? The yellowfin?
Yep.
Or punctatus. I'm pretty darn sure these are yellowfins. Just from that quick glance. So overall, this is good. I haven't brought out a bag yet that's like just a bag of death and disappointment. It's so risky though when you try a new supplier. It's just, maybe they'll be good, maybe they won't. They say they're great. This happens all the time. They'll give us assurances. We tell them what we want, what we're looking for. We'll show them a video of how we do things. Oh yeah, we took care of everything. We get the box and it's like, all right, we're not using you again. Happens all the time. Okay, here's punctatus. Punctatus, of course, means spotted. And it's obvious why. Look at those. Let's look at bellies. All right, they look good. So we ordered a bunch of marble hatchets. These are kind of faded in their stress colors right now, but I think those are marbles. Tricky shippers hatchet fish on the import side, but looks like they did a good job. See, there's other suppliers. They would literally put 100 of these in one bag, like easy. This is a win. This is a win on the industry side. Okay, this supplier I've ordered lots of fish from, and in my opinion, they're one of the best. Like, consistently do a good job. This is a bag of, I think it's orange rice, not gold rice.
Yeah, orange.
Fins are nice. Eyes are super clear. Those eyes are popping, actually. Yeah, those look perfect. Rosy loaches. A very cute little kind of hovering loach. Tiny little loach. And endlessly entertaining. And like, plenty of water for them. That's excellent. So these are the Vietnamese white cloud. So it's like the common white cloud, but it's a different species. The common white cloud is from the White Cloud Mountain up in China. These are a different species that lives down in Vietnam. So now the name of the game is get these all taken care of so we can sleep tonight sometime. Yep. Cleanup time. All right, so you guys saw us unbox the fish. It's been 2 days now. That was Memorial Day, Monday. Now it's Wednesday. So we're gonna go around and just see how everyone's doing. Make sure everyone's settling in okay. So come on, let's show you some stuff. Let's start with the pencil fish. So we had 2 that came in DOA, all told. None of these tanks are gonna be scrubbed and pretty because they're in quarantine right now. We just don't get in there during quarantine. But if you look at them, they still look good. Their eyes are bright. Their fins are good. We saw 2 ick spots today. So we're going to do ick on the pencils. But we caught it so early that that's not going to be a problem. We know how to deal with ick. That's not an issue. So I think all these are going to pull through. Check that out. They've already got a lot of their color back. They look fat and happy. We put a pellet in there last night, and I don't see it. Of course, it could be pushed up under all that stuff, or the snails could have just eaten it. But we're going to give them some baby brines from today. They'll eat that for sure. Looks like the pencils are good. Let's move on to the hatchet fish. Hatchet fish are some of the most delicate fish for importing. For some reason, I don't know if it's supply chain or just the fish itself. They're pretty delicate. So fingers crossed. Let's go look. So far, 1 DOA, and the next day there was 1 down as well. Everyone else looks good. Yeah, these are great. And they have been eating. So they fed when I fed them flakes, they ate those right away. So nice marble hatchets. I bet in 2 weeks they're going to be good. Now let's look at some autos. They came in so fat and sassy. Let's see how they're doing. There's some just common autos here. No losses. And look at those bellies. Look what they did on the zucchini. They tore off the skin. I don't know what it is about wild fish, plecos and autos and such. But when they're first learning about zucchini, they go for the skin first. I think it's like tough and woody, maybe, like they're used to browsing on. I'm not sure, but I've noticed that about them. I'm just looking to see if there's any issues. And we have a lot of like pipes and plates and stuff in there because we want to give them a lot of surface for algae to grow, for them to graze on. Those look good. We have some zebra autos and giant autos too, though. Those are pretty exciting, but we have one more tank of commons to show you before we get to the fancy autos. This tank is struggling a little bit. We've lost 6. I see one more down. So this is why each bag gets its own tank. At first I used to think, hey, they're all from the same supplier, put them in the same tank, no problem. Well, what we've learned is don't do that. Give each bag its own tank, because even though they're from the same supplier and everything, they've been in their own microenvironment in the bags for a little while, and sometimes that's enough to have an issue in one bag and not the other. So we keep them separate for that reason. Okay, let's look at some fancy stuff, some zebra ottos. One loss so far. They're actively browsing. They've eaten the zucchini skin. Their bellies look good. Their fins are clear. Their eyes are clear. That's as good as you can ask for at this stage, 2 days in. No problems in this tank. Everyone looks good. So the key with newly acquired ottos is, well, you need clean water and all that and get them from a good supplier. If they did, step 2 is on ottos, you got to get them food kind of right away, because they're a grazer. They eat all day long. They aren't a fish that takes a big meal and then goes like a snake and sleeps it off and digests it somewhere. They need to graze constantly. So what we do is we put plates and pipes and wood and stuff that's been in other tanks that are healthy, that's had a bunch of algae and stuff growing on it. We can get them transferred to pellets and things within a few days. It might take a week. So it's important to have those kind of more natural foods in front of them before that, as they transition, or they'll get too skinny. So that's one of the main tricks we've found. Zebras look good. Let's check out the giants, which are over in M25. So they did not eat their pellet, and they did not eat the skin on the zucchini yet over here. So they're not eating that stuff yet. They might be grazing on the wood and the pipes and stuff. Eyes look good. Fins look good. Like they look good. And I'm not real surprised they're not eating yet. That's not a tragedy. These are the corridors punctatus. No losses, which is fantastic. Barbels look good. It's hard to see the shape of the barbels in the bag, but now I can see barbels look good. Eyes are clear, fins are clear. Any tails eroded or anything? No, they look good. They look good. So I'm really pleased. I think this is going to be good. Let's look at some CW 123s. I bet we keep that in. Let's look at... Now we have to keep it in. Look at some CW123s, or is it C123? I can't remember who owns what C number, CW number. But it's the Yellowfin quarries. The yellow quarries over here. We've had a few losses in this tank. 3 total. I'm not surprised though. There were a couple yesterday that were kind of swimming midwater and doing the shimmy, and so I'm not surprised. Not happy, but not surprised. Everyone else looks fairly good. One difference though is like on this one here, right at the front. Look at his tail. If we lift up it's eroded slightly. This sounds weird to say, but hopefully that's a physical injury, because those heal. If that's caused by a bacteria or something, then we got some work to do. So I'm going to keep an eye on these guys' tails. I don't know why exactly, but quarries seem one of the more difficult species or types of fish to source reliably, especially from the wild. Anyone exporting directly from wild collected stock. So killifish. I am so stoked. Anytime we bring them in from the wild, we have to kind of identify them. I'm not sure what these are exactly, but they look like a moema. Is that how you say it? Moema? It might be a Terrorlebius of some kind. Actually, now that I look at it, I think that's a Terrorlebius. Is it Peruensis? I'm not sure. So we'll have to get an idea on them, but they came in good shape. This here, this is not a death count. This is the sex ratio. So we got 21 males and 63 females. If everyone does well and we keep that ratio through quarantine, then we're going to be able to sell nice breeding groups, 1 male to 4 females, which is great for a South American annual spawner. Got to make sure the lid is super tight. These are the world's best escape artists, except for the next killifish I'll show you, which is even better. The next killifish we're going to show you is the world's best escape artist. It's a Rivulus. I don't know the species yet. It might be Rubro-lineatus. It's a very pretty red Rivulus. These guys like when the water level gets low, they just go into damp leaves and like stay damp. They're very comfortable out of the water, which means if they want to get out of your tank, they have no qualms with just like slithering up the glass and trying to find a way out. And they jump super high. So Rivulus are awesome, but you have to have a very tight fitting lid. If you've got a gap for your overhang, your hang on the back filter or something, you'll lose them all. So they look like they're doing great. The weight on them is good. Rivulus are naturally a slender fish. So knowing that and knowing what they look like when they're healthy, I can tell these have good body weight. Eyes are clear, fins are clear. You're not going to get any color on the females. You'll get like a black spot on the tail and maybe the dorsal fin is all. No losses. They individually bagged every one of these. You guys saw that already, but that is awesome. That's love right there. Those look fantastic. Body weight's great. Eyes and fins are clear. They already have some color, even though they just got here. Now there's a lot in here, but we set the tank up so they can hide and feel comfortable, right? Rivulus are one of those killies that really need a lot of hiding places. They want to be in dense cover a lot of the time. When they're comfortable and learn about food, they'll come out more, but they are one of the more reclusive, I would say, of the killifish. That's it for the new supplier. Let's look at our established supplier and see how we did. Let's look at the orange rice fish. All right, here they are. One loss out of the entire batch. You never know why. It's like, was the fish ill? Maybe. Did it get pinched in a corner? Maybe. When someone was handling along the supply chain, did they accidentally handle it a little too roughly? Because we've got big King Kong hands. Say that again. King Kong. Big King Kong hands, right? In relationship to fish. So you never know why exactly, but I think the batch looks great. Look at this paradise if you're a pygmy gourami. Look at all that you get to play in. Like dense cover everywhere. They're going to absolutely love this tank. I don't know if you can see him through the kind of algae, but look how well that guy is colored up already. Oh, it's going that way now. Oh, this one too. Oh, these are doing great. Look at that pair there. Yeah, that's nice. That's great to see them colored up that well already. All right, those look good. Rosy loaches and a different species of white cloud than you've probably ever kept. Let's go look at those. We'll start with the white cloud. Here's the white clouds. So this was going to be the surprise at the end, but I got confused by my spreadsheet here. So we're trying a couple discus. We'll see how they do. We just got 6 to start. I used to keep a lot of discus. That used to be all I did at one point, was just a room full of discus. It's been a while. The reason I haven't brought any in is because our system isn't kept, when I used to keep discus, I kept them at 86 degrees. But I know the discus in the wild are in the rivers that we get lots of other fish from, like they can live at lower temperatures. And I know in the wild they experience temperature fluctuations. And with how our system operates, I think 79 degrees might be okay. So the question is then, where are those white clouds? Let's look at the rosy loaches, because I think I know where those are, and then we'll have to find out where we put the white clouds. If you've never kept this fish and you like nanofish, at some point in your lifetime, you owe yourself the pleasure of getting to know the rosy loach. They stay very small. They're very active. Unlike most loaches, they don't only swim on the bottom. They're kind of like a hovering loach. Kind of like pygmy quarries will swim up mid-water frequently, while most quarries just stay on the bottom. Kind of the same thing. Body weight is what you have to be careful on with these guys when they first come in. And I'm thrilled to say I'm not seeing any pinched bellies. They're a naturally slender fish, so it could be deceiving. And they have a natural kind of bend on their spine, which, if you don't know the fish, looks concerning, but that's natural for them. They're a wonky fish, naturally. Now I have to find those white clouds. I think they're on the other side. Let's see. So these are the Vietnamese white cloud, different species than the one from China. Before we brought a batch in, and they didn't sell very well for us, but they were really expensive when we brought them in. This time I was able to find them at a much more reasonable price, so I'm happy about that. Health-wise, we're good. We're small, but bellies are good, eyes are clear, fins are clear. I don't see anyone doing any loop-de-loops. Oh, okay, we've lost one. So we missed one, but in general, I think we're doing okay. The main thing I wanted to see is that new supplier, newish supplier. And so far, I'm really, really happy. I was trying to come up with a clever sign off, but honestly, I'm too tired. So, how's this? Bye.
Hey everyone, it's Dan. If you want to learn more about aquarium fish, we do a live stream every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern on the Dan's Fish YouTube channel. If you're in the market for aquarium fish, check us out at dansfish.com. We ship to the US and parts of Canada. And if you want something fishy to wear, we've got merch. Till next time, have a good one. Bye-bye.